So here we are with Super Saloons back for their second tour of duty for the night. And if you check your program, your Dirt Talk magazine, you can see that they're sponsored by Mr. Whippy, who tonight is parked over in turn 3, just for a change, to keep everyone on their toes.
Absolutely. Of course, a couple of Super Saloons are out of this one. Roger Neese's car, of course, it was doing the snap, crackle, pop, and Richie Taylor's out too. It sounds like his drive shaft's taken out a dry sump line, so no point risking the engine at that point.
So they're ready to go. The green is in Brian's hand, and we're going to go racing. And off the front there, it's the 11 of Jason Phillips, who's leading them away, and we've got one in the wheel already.
Yeah, Paul Berg. It was an ugly start by the pack. There was it's subjective to say they were following each other, but Gavin Hill nowhere to go. He's gone straight at the back end of Paul Berg and just shoveled him into the wall.
Oh dear, that's a shame for Paul Berg. That 76 case, is that the car he's been racing for a long time, or is it a new one?
A certain graphics designer in Christchurch has decided that his car looked really ugly, so he gave him a design to put on his car, and it looks brilliant in the new BL graphics design on the 76 machine.
Yes, BL Graphics making a bit of a name for himself, isn't he, Mr. BL?
I wonder who he is.
Well, that's the mystery, isn't it? You know, that's the he's the Banksy of Speedway graphics, I think.
He's done a lot of designs during the off-season. The Nartai Ward Rees car, all his design. The Superstock, New Zealand Superstock Champs logo, we got him to do that for us as well. So, yeah, he's doing some really nice work out there.
Rumour has it that Trevor Elliott's getting a new design too, because he felt that this one was just a bit simplistic.
Yeah, he's had that paint job for a long time. I wonder if you put the fiberglass through a shredder, if it would make it more valuable.
That's why they raced them.
Oh, that's why they raced them. Yeah, just to shred them anyway. Yeah. So I would dare say Paul Berg's car will be back for the last heat with a little bit of front end work. Oh, I don't know. The rear looks a little. No, his rear should be okay there. I think it's just the front end that's the problem.
Yeah, the right front's definitely tucked back under. He's been given it a fairly good wallop. I mean, to be fair, the back of the car was off the ground, so it wasn't like it was going to get any damage unless it didn't like gravity when it came back down.
So we regrid as we were, with minus, of course, the 76 car, and we'll try again.
It's not even really. It has to be a restart because they didn't really even start. They hit each other before the start-finish line.
That's right. So Jason Phillips and Jason Moore off the front, and we'll be drawing our 50-50 very shortly.
There's no way you could say it was a tidy start. Of course, you've got to be an Indian, so I shouldn't say, you've got to be following the car in front of you.
Yeah.
And they were definitely braking before that started. And of course, as they start to go through into their various series they do and their various race meetings at the championships, they will have to get that back into their head. So they just say a little bit of ring rust with one or two.
So a few gaps on the grid there now with the cars that haven't started this race, and one, of course, that's already out. But we're going to go racing anyway. And all on his lonesome there, Jason Phillips in the 11 car, the Stonelay machine. He gets a good run into turn 1, through turn 2, but round the outside there's a fair bit of pace there from the 48 of Gavin Hill, the HPE machine. And I would say Gavin will be challenging for the lead within a lap or two. Bit of argy-bargy mid-pack there involving Ryan Marsden, but he gets that 17 car through. He's got Trevor Elliott on the outside, and they're tucked on the back of the 6 of Kane Lawson. They're further back to Paddy North in that 46 machine, and towards the back of the pack there, Malcolm Nartai and Kevin Huddleston, and right at the back, Ron Taylor in the 272 car. So out front, Jason Phillips, that's 2 laps completed for him, and he's got a lead of a couple of car lengths over the 86 of Jason Moore. Round the outside goes the 27 of Trevor Elliott, and onto the infield goes the 48 of Gavin Hill. Some ominous oil smoke coming out of that car too. Jason Phillips building a little bit of a lead now. Jason Moore under a bit of threat from the 27 of Trevor Elliott, and Kane Lawson keeping a close eye on those two in front, ready to pounce if either of them gets a little bit offline. The 17 car of Ryan Marsden showing some good pace down the back straight there, and he's catching up on the back of the Lawson machine. A bit of a gap back to the 46 of Paddy North, whose brakes are glowing red hot underneath that car, and Malcolm Nartai getting closer to North, looking to make a pass within a lap or two, I think. Right at the back of the field there, Kevin Huddleston, as the 272 two-seater car pulls into the infield. So the 11 car, Jason Phillips, he's got a good lead, a little bit of contact there. Ryan Marsden, not quite sure how long the front of that car of his is, and taps the back of the 86. Of course, 86 just carries serenely on, and Ryan has to take the outside route to get past him, which he seems to do easily enough. So he's taking over third place. Kane Lawson will be seeing that and thinking, I'm going to have a bit of the 86 car as well. But out front, Jason Phillips, he's got that Stoneleigh machine humming nicely mid-track, just using the push off turns 1 and 2 to get a good slingshot onto the back straight, and Trevor Elliott trying to close the gap on him but not really making much of an impact. And in fact it's Ryan Marsden in that 17 car who seems to be the quickest on the track at the moment. Long way back to the 86 of Jason Moore, who's got Malcolm Nartai running up the inside, looking to make a pass there, and Paddy North. And how did Kane Lawson end up back there? He must have had a little spin up somewhere that I missed.
Robbins Racing, I think.
Yeah, I think so. So white flag time now for Jason Phillips, and Trevor Elliott trying to catch on the back of him, but I think Phillips has got enough to bring this one home. Ryan Marsden, he's got great pace in that 17 car, just drops off a little bit through the turns. So Phillips takes it away, Trevor Elliott in second. Then we go to the 17 car, big drag race down the front straight there between Moore and Nartai. The ELS says Moore's got it by 3 1,000ths of a second. And then we go back to North, Lawson and Huddleston.
Take a seat, Tony. Lap record for Super Saloons at the start of the night was a 16.44 by Ian Burson.
Yep. Oh wow.
Ryan
I can see the number.
Has done a 16.01. 0.4 of a second. That is rocket ship material.
That is huge.
And effectively its first meeting.
Yeah. That is absolutely huge.
So I dare say, I don't think I've seen, I dare say if you look out the window, Ivan, you'll probably see John Lovelady do a little skip and a little jump into the air. He's going to wee chat to Ryan. So the Heartland Potato Chips car, whilst he only finished third, pulled a 16.01. That is the fastest a Super Saloon has ever gone around in Pro Tools Woodford Speedway.
By some margin, we should say. Yeah, by some considerable margin. Well, and Ian Burson will be sitting up there in Nelsonville. He won't, because we're not streaming, and he won't be aware of it. But someone will get on the phone and send him a message soon, and he'll be scratching his head. He's owned that lap record here for a while, hasn't he?
He has, and of course, if you're into the battles between the Hypermax and the Loveladies, it's just set a new standard.
Yes, it has, absolutely.
Brand new 17C Heartland Potato Chips, a Lovelady Mustang of Ryan Marsden. But let's not take it away. Jason Phillips in the old
great race win for him.
You can see the Stoneleigh car taking away the race win.
And that's good for Jason and the Stoneleigh team, because, mate, they've been doing some hours out here doing the grandstand seats, so it's good to see that, hey, the car was playing up at the practice, they got it here after working out of the track, and he's picked up a win, so it's really good for him and his team. Yeah,
absolutely, it certainly is. So well done there to Jason Phillips for taking the race win. And next up on our program, we're going to go to race 12, which will be mini stocks.